In this video, we want to integrate e to the x over the square root of e to the 2x plus 4e to the x minus 5. Now, we see a bunch of e to the x's, so let's make a u substitution. We'll let u equal e to the x, and so du is e to the x dx. So on the top, e to the x dx is just du. And then the square root, we have u squared plus 4u minus 5. Now the goal here is to factor this, and we're going to complete the square. So we're going to split this up as u squared plus 4u plus 4 minus 9. And here what we're doing is we're taking 4, dividing by 2, and squaring it to get 4. So that's why we're adding the 4 here. But we want this to equal negative 5, so we have to subtract by 9. Now this thing can be factored into u plus 2 quantity squared minus 9. And the goal is to get this into the square root of u squared minus 1. Now obviously it's not going to be u, so we'll have to make another substitution. But we'll see how that goes. Alright, so now we'll make a substitution. We don't want u plus 2 squared, we want a variable squared. So we'll let w equal u plus 2 over 3. And the reason we're using u plus 2 over 3 is because we want to be able to factor out the 9 here. So with this substitution, it's going to be 1 over the square root of w squared minus 1. That's our goal. So if we let w equal u plus 2 over 3, then u plus 2 will become 3w. And so this thing is 3w, and when we square it, we get 9w squared minus 9. And if dw is equal to 1/3 du, du is 3 dw. And we factor out the 3. And also we can factor out the 9. So when the 9 comes outside, it becomes 3, and that cancels with the 3 on the outside. So now we got in the form we want, and we can integrate this. So this I just used from the integral tables. So I highly recommend you reference that. So I'm not going to show you how this was calculated. Okay, so now we substitute what w is. W we said it was u plus 2 over 3 quantity squared. And u we said was e to the x. Okay, so our goal now is to make this look nicer. So let's work this out. So on the top we have e to the x plus 2 quantity squared. On the bottom we have 3 squared, which is 9. And then 1 here we just turn into 9 over 9. Because now we could get this under one fraction. So we would have e to the x plus 2 quantity squared minus 9. And then that's going to be all over 9, which I could just factor as 1/9 here. And this is all in the square root. So when it comes outside the square root, it becomes 1/3. And for this one, I factor out a 1/3 as well. So this 1/3 also comes out. Okay. So keep in mind, we have 1/3 times this entire quantity. And we know when we have ln of, let's say, a times b, that's equal to ln of a plus ln of b. So for this example, we have ln of 1/3 plus ln of the rest, basically this thing. Ln of 1/3 is just a constant, so ln of 1/3 plus a constant, and we just call it a constant, so we don't really care what that is. So then we're just left with ln of this whole quantity. Okay, finally we can distribute or expand the e to the x plus 2 quantity squared into this, and this is our final answer.